From penthouse to pavement, could fate rewrite their past? Ethan Sterling, Wall Street titan, stopped cold on a midtown corner. A woman huddled there, swallowed by shadows and rags. Two little girls, maybe four, clung to her, their faces smudged with city grime. One whimpered, tiny fists rubbing at her eyes. "Hush, sweetie," the woman whispered, a voice raw with exhaustion. "Someone's gonna help us, okay?" Ethan's gut clenched. He knew that face. Beneath the dirt, the despair, it was Sarah Walker. Sarah, the girl who haunted his high school hallways, a goddess untouchable. She'd barely glanced his way then, except to maybe laugh at his clumsy attempts to get her attention. And now, this. He moved closer, heart hammering. "Sarah?" he said, voice hesitant. She flinched, head snapping up. Recognition flared in her eyes, then dimmed to something like shame. "Ethan?" The name was barely a breath. For a long moment, silence hung heavy between them, thick with ghosts of school dances and forgotten dreams. Sarah looked away, trying to shrink into herself. "What happened?" Ethan asked, the words raw. Sarah clutched the girls tighter. "Doesn't matter. We're fine. Just go." But he couldn't. One of the girls was silently weeping, her small stomach rumbling. The others stared at him, eyes wide with a fear that clawed at his own heart. The scene hit him like a physical blow. "No, you're not fine. Come with me." "I can't," Sarah started, protest tight in her voice. "I'm not leaving you and your daughters here." He was firm, no room for argument. "You're coming with me, that's it." The girls watched him, wary, hopeful. The crying one bit her lip, holding back more tears. Sarah hesitated, then something in Ethan's gaze broke through her defenses. She was cornered, desperate. She nodded, a surrender more than agreement. Ethan pulled out his phone, barking into it. "Car now, 5th and Main, 5 minutes." He hung up, pocketing the phone. "Let's go. No reason to stay here." He reached a hand out to Sarah. She took it, reluctantly. When the sleek town car pulled up, Ethan helped Sarah inside, scooping up the smaller twin while she held the other. The girls were silent, exhausted, heads lolling against their mother's shoulder as they sped uptown. The silence in the car was thick, suffocating. Sarah stared out the window, lost in some dark landscape of her own making. Ethan watched her, trying to piece together the puzzle of her shattered life. Sarah stared at the grand mansion, lights blazing, manicured gardens like another planet. "You don't have to do this, Ethan." "No more arguing, Sarah. You're coming in. Food, rest. That's the deal." A housekeeper, Mrs. Davison, opened the massive door, surprise flickering across her face, then smoothing to professional calm. Ethan barked orders. Room for Sarah and the girls, food, warmth. Mrs. Davison vanished into the house. Ethan led Sarah and the girls to a sprawling living room. He ignited a fire, flames leaping, chasing away the city chill. He ordered food. "Thank you, Ethan," Sarah whispered, tears welling. The girls huddled on the sofa, small and fragile. Ethan nodded, his mind racing. This night was just a start. Tomorrow, he needed answers. What had broken Sarah? How had she ended up on that sidewalk? Sunlight streamed through the mansion windows. Sarah was already awake, perched on the edge of a bed she could barely believe was real. Lily and Rose, her twins, slept soundly. Finally safe, finally warm. Relief should have flooded her, but a tight knot twisted in her chest. Across the mansion, Ethan was also awake, in his stark office, replaying last night. Sarah on the sidewalk, those haunted eyes. The Sarah he'd known, or thought he knew in high school was vibrant, confident, destined for this? Impossible. A soft knock. Mrs. Davison. "Breakfast is ready, Miss Walker. Mr. Sterling would like you and the girls to join him." Sarah thanked her, gently woke the twins. Minutes later, they descended to a dining room overflowing with food. Fruit, pastries, juice. Lily and Rose bolted for the table, eyes wide with wonder. Sarah hesitated. "Please, sit," Ethan said, appearing in the doorway. Crisp white shirt, relaxed but with an edge in his eyes. "Thank you," Sarah murmured, pulling out a chair, watching her daughters devour the food. Awkward silence stretched between Ethan and Sarah. He knew he had to tread carefully, but the questions burned. When the girls were done, Mrs. Davison whisked them away to play. Sarah was left alone with Ethan. He leaned forward, gaze direct. "Sarah, we need to talk. I need to understand." She looked away, hands clasped tight. "It's not a pretty story." "I'm not here to judge." Ethan paused, choosing his words. "Yesterday, you and your daughters were in a situation that doesn't happen overnight. What happened, Sarah?" She took a breath, eyes closing briefly. "And after high school, I started seeing Chad Harding. You remember him? Mr. Popular?" Ethan's jaw tightened. Chad Harding. Arrogant, cruel, everything Ethan wasn't. Yeah, I remember Chad. We started dating after graduation. I was in love. Thought he was too. Then I found out I was pregnant. Told him. I thought we'd figure it out. Together. Sarah's voice cracked. He left. Said he wasn't ready. Didn't want the responsibility. Never saw him again. Ethan's fists clenched. He just left you? Sarah nodded, tears welling. Alone. No support. My parents, they couldn't do much. I did what I could, but it wasn't enough. Lost my job, bills piled up. When Lily and Rose were two, evicted, been on the streets ever since. Kindness of strangers, that's been it. Silence descended, heavy with the weight of her story. The confident Sarah swallowed by life. Why didn't you ask for help? Ethan's voice was softer now. Shame, Sarah whispered, ashamed of how I'd fallen. Didn't want anyone to see me like this, especially someone like you. Ethan took a breath, compassion and sadness warring within him. Sarah, no one deserves this. You're not alone anymore. I'm going to help you and your daughters get back on your feet. Why, Ethan? Why are you doing this? She looked at him, raw vulnerability in her eyes. He hesitated, then spoke the truth. Because, despite everything, I care about you. I always have. Sarah stared, speechless. Ethan's words hung in the air, a fragile lifeline in the wreckage of her life. That night, tucking Lily and Rose into bed, Sarah replayed Ethan's words. A flicker of hope ignited within her, fragile but real. But accepting help meant facing everything, rebuilding from nothing. Sunlight flooded the mansion, waking Sarah to the sound of Lily and Rose giggling on the carpet. For a moment, it felt like a dream. 24 hours ago, sidewalk, hunger, despair. Now, this. She stretched, calling the girls. Fresh clothes lay on a chair, thoughtfully chosen by Mrs. Davison. Luxury still felt alien. Downstairs, Ethan was in the living room, papers scattered around him. He smiled as the twins burst in. Sleep well? He asked. Lily nodded eagerly. Rose, shy, clutched Sarah's hand. Yes, Sarah said, gratitude thick in her voice. Best night in a long time. Good. Ethan gestured to the room. No worries today. Rest. Girls can play in the garden. Sarah hesitated. Ethan, thank you, but I don't want to take advantage. Soon as I can, I'll find a job. Ethan held up a hand. No rush, Sarah. Recover first. We'll figure it out together. Despite his words, a weight remained. Accepting help, it was hard. But Lily and Rose, their needs came first. She swallowed her pride. After breakfast, Lily and Rose explored the garden with Mrs. Davison. Sarah, uneasy, started clearing dishes. Ethan found her in the kitchen, shaking his head. Sarah, you don't have to. I need to do something, Ethan. Feels wrong. Just taking... Ethan sighed. Fine. But first, girls, do they have everything they need? Sarah thought. Clothes, shoes, what they have is worn. Great. Let's fix that. Ethan's smile was gentle but firm. We're going shopping. Sarah's eyes widened. Ethan, no, really. No discussion. 30 minutes later, Sarah, Lily, and Rose were in a children's store, Ethan watching from a slight distance. Lily squealed, clutching a blue dress. Mommy, can I get this? Sarah's heart ached. Yes, sweetheart. Rose, more reserved, held up sneakers. Me too, Mommy? Sarah nodded, tears stinging her eyes. Yes, my love. Ethan watched, a quiet satisfaction warming him. Clothes, shoes, toys, then lunch at a bright restaurant. The twins chattered, ate, played. Sarah watched them, relief washing over her as she saw them smile. Thank you, Ethan, for everything today, Sarah said, sincerity in her voice. Just doing what anyone should, Ethan replied casually. You deserve this, Sarah. She looked down, shame creeping back. You're a much better person than I was to you, Ethan. Her voice was barely audible. Ethan frowned. Sarah, the past is gone. What matters is now, moving forward. She nodded, guilt still a knot in her stomach. Back at the mansion, Lily and Rose raced to the garden, showing off their new clothes. Sarah watched them from the living room, a hesitant smile gracing her lips. Safety. It was a foreign feeling. Ethan stood beside her. They're incredible little girls. They're my everything. Reason to keep going, even at the bottom. Ethan looked at her, admiration in his eyes. You're stronger than you know, Sarah. To go through all that and still stand tall, that's something. She sighed. Strength? Stubbornness? Either way. Thank you, Ethan. He smiled. Anything, Sarah. You know you can count on me, she nodded, finally believing it. Morning light filtered through the curtains. Lily and Rose still slept, faces peaceful. Sarah watched them, a mix of relief and a fragile hope. Maybe, just maybe, a fresh start was possible. Dressed, she went downstairs. Ethan was in the kitchen, coffee in hand, newspaper in front of him. He looked up, smiling. Good morning. Sleep well? Yes, thank you. And you? Like a rock. He folded the paper, standing. Coffee for you? Please. She sat, a strange comfort settling into the routine. Ethan sat opposite her, thinking, now the girls are settled, we focus on you. On me? She asked, surprised. Yes. You mentioned wanting to work. What kind of job? Sarah hesitated. No degree, limited options. But I'll do anything for my girls. Ethan nodded. What if you could study, finish your education, get a job you actually want? Her eyes widened. Study? Impossible, Ethan. No time, no money. Time and money? Taken care of. Here, I'll cover expenses. Girls will be fine here while you study. Sarah shook her head, incredulous. You've done so much already. I can't ask for more. Ethan leaned forward, serious. Sarah, this isn't just for you. It's for Lily and Rose. Stronger you are, better for them. Please, think about it. Ethan's words resonated deeply. He was right. But pride, shame, they were hard to shake. That evening, after bedtime, Ethan asked Sarah to his office. Proposal, he said, handing her an envelope. Inside, brochures for business and entrepreneurship courses. Consider these. You're smart, determined, potential to do amazing things, tools to support yourself, girls, better future. Sarah stared at the brochures, mind racing. Ethan, this is too much. I don't know if I can. More capable than you think. No pressure, just consider it. Sarah clutched the papers, torn between fear and a desperate flicker of hope. Days blurred. Sarah wrestled with Ethan's offer. Slowly, the possibility took root. Chance to change everything. Future for Lily and Rose. Finally, she agreed. Enrolled. With Ethan's support, she started studying. Days filled with books, nights with Lily and Rose. Hard at first, then invigorating. New skills, a lost part of herself rediscovered. Each day, a small victory. Ethan watched, encouraged, supported. He needed her to believe as much as he did. Sarah, in turn, saw Ethan differently. His presence, his belief, breaking down walls she'd built so high. Mornings, Lily and Rose played in the garden. Sarah studied in Ethan's office. Every page a mountain, then rhythm found. Ethan's support, unwavering. One afternoon, notes spread around her. Ethan walked in, face serious, door closed behind him. We need to talk. Sarah's stomach dropped. What is it? Found someone from your past, Ethan said, sitting opposite her. Chad Harding. Chad. The name resonated like a thunderclap. Chad. Abandoned her, girl's father. Ghost. Sarah took a breath. What does he have to do with this? Voice steadier than she expected. Looking into things. Understand better what happened after school. Found Chad, confronted him. You what? Sarah stood startled. Ethan, you had no right. Maybe not, but I did it for you. Sarah was silent, chest tight. Well-intentioned, yes. But Chad, reopening a wound. What did he say? She asked, voice hesitant. Ethan leaned forward, admitted everything. Knew you were pregnant, didn't want responsibility, easier to disappear. Rage flared in Sarah. No surprise yet. Hearing it aloud still stung. Girls? She asked, voice trembling. Did he mention them? No, didn't even ask. Ethan stood, hand on her shoulder. Sarah, you don't have to face this alone. I'm here. She looked up, fighting tears. Thank you, Ethan, but some things I have to handle myself. That night, Sarah sat at the kitchen table, cold tea untouched. Ethan's words, Chad's ghost. Move forward, yes. But first, confront the past. Days passed. Sarah went through motions, routine crumbling, memories of Chad, Ethan's confrontation, a weight dragging her down. Ethan saw the shift, gave her space, but watched, concerned. One morning, Sarah made a decision. Phone in hand, she called Chad. Rings, then his voice, indifferent. Chad, it's Sarah. We need to talk. Silence, then, about what? Been a long time. Girls, never wanted to know about them. That changes now, not for me, for them. Chad sighed. Sarah made it clear, don't want to be part of this. What do you want me to say? Sorry, because I'm not. Sarah's heart tightened, voice steady. So, never meet them, never any responsibility. Moved on, Sarah. You should too. Line went dead. Sarah held the phone, emptiness echoing. Closure, yes. Harsh confirmation too. Chad forever absent. Ethan came home. Found Sarah on the couch, twins asleep beside her. He sat beside her, silent, waiting. Talk to Chad, she said, voice breaking the silence. Ethan frowned. How? Expected. Doesn't want anything to do with them. Feels nothing. Ethan's fists clenched, anger simmering. He doesn't know what he's missing. Sarah looked at Lily and Rose. Not for him, for the girls. Needed to be sure. Nothing left to expect. Now? Now? Ethan asked, voice gentle. Now? I move on. Don't want them growing up. Shadow of a father who never cared. Ethan nodded, admiring her strength. Pain? Yes, but also a new resolve. Next morning, Ethan surprised Sarah. Small gift, notebook, elegant pen. What's this? She asked, curious. Tool, plan your future, write down goals, what you need to achieve them. We'll work on it together. Sarah smiled, touched. Thank you, Ethan. Don't know what I'd do without you. You do exactly what you're doing, rebuilding, just here to make sure you have every chance. With Ethan's support, Sarah threw herself into studies, determined future for herself, girls. Chad confrontation, painful, freeing, no looking back. Days became routine. Sarah studies, twins, Ethan's unwavering presence. Deeper connection, shared understanding, small acts of care. One afternoon, team meeting, Sarah presented idea, streamlined project logistics, room surprised. Ethan, proud, smile unhidden. Excellent, Sarah. Implement now. Thank you. Confidence, fulfillment, years lost, now returning. End of day, parking lot. Ethan stopped. Sarah, realize how much you've grown. She shook her head, soft smile. Still feel like I have so much to prove. Prove nothing to anyone. You're amazing, just as you are. Sarah's heart raced. World around them faded. Ethan closer, more to say than twins, running, drawings in hand. Mommy, look! Lily and Rose shouted. Sarah laughed, knelt, hugged them. Ethan watched, smiled. Deep happiness. Later, bedtime, Sarah reflected. Life changed. Ethan's support, affection for twins, encouragement meant more than words. Falling for Ethan, yes, but fear, still there. Ethan, meanwhile, thought only of Sarah. Strong, resilient, dedicated, special, something worth exploring, weeks to come, feelings harder to ignore. Nights at mansion, quiet. Long days, work, play, Lily, Rose. Sarah, lost in thought, dim lights, bed's edge. Life changed. Comfort, support, yet. Shadow of past. Ethan, sleepless. Living room, fire, Olivia. Something troubled him. Withdrawal. Honest conversation needed. Feelings. Move forward. Morning, Lily, Rose, garden play. Ethan approached Sarah, kitchen, groceries, quietly, watching, then, Sarah, can we talk? Paused, sensing tone. Of course, what is it? Ethan led her to living room. Seated, he began. Something I've wanted to say, not sure how. Sarah leaned forward, heart racing. What is it? Admire strength, resilience, but guilt, still carrying it. Time, let it go. She looked away, words hitting deep. Ethan, mistakes, past, choices, here, sometimes don't deserve life you're offering. Ethan shook head. No one's perfect, Sarah. Mistakes, yes, but you're overcoming. You deserve this. More. Words, balm on hidden wounds, breath deep, insecurities confronted. Ethan never apologized. Younger. How I treated you. Selfish, immature, didn't see value of people, hurt you. I'm sorry. Ethan silent, taking it in. Then, Sarah, past gone, changed, matters now, building together. I forgive you. Hope you forgive yourself. Tears welled, not sadness. Weight lifted, looked at Ethan, calm understanding. Thank you, Ethan, for everything. No thank you needed, here because I want to be. Moment, new chapter began. Past fading, open to each other, finally. Days followed, lightness in Sarah's heart. Years since last felt. Work, studies, renewed enthusiasm. Ethan, unwavering support. Past tension fading, open to each other fully. Evenings, Lily, Rose, bedtime. Sarah found Ethan, garden, rocking chair, moonlight, thoughtful. Okay? Sarah asked, seated beside him. Ethan smiled. Yeah, just thinking. How much changed. Remember, saw you that night. Sidewalk. Never imagined. Here. Neither did I, Sarah admitted, but glad it happened. Me too. Comfortable silence. Words unnecessary. Ethan looked at Sarah, moonlight in her eyes. Sarah, do you believe in second chances? She smiled, pondering. Think, I'm starting to. Ethan nodded, encouraged. Something special, yes. Both needed it. Time, only time, solidify it. Next morning, Ethan's surprise. Trip. Farm. Lily, Rose, ecstatic. Sarah, surprised, grateful. Meaningful time, daughters, Ethan. Day laughter, moments. Girls fed animals, fields, ice cream. Sarah connected to Ethan more than ever. Ease with twins, family, always been. Driving home, Lily, Rose, asleep, back seat. Exhausted, happy. Sarah watched Ethan driving, silent smile. Thank you. Today, she said softly. No thank you needed. Special day, all of us. Yes, meant so much. Girl, so happy. Just the beginning, Sarah. Many more moments like this. Ahead of us. She smiled, warmed. Years, believed future bright. Home. Ethan carried twins to bed, carefully tucked in. Sarah stood nearby, moved. Hallway, pause, looking at Ethan. You've changed our lives. You know that. You've changed mine too, Sarah. Intensity in his gaze, vulnerable, safe. No longer ignore feelings. Later, bedtime, Sarah, ready, let go of past. Ethan right, second chances, real, not waste hers. Mornings at mansion, alive. Lily, Rose, laughter, joy. Ethan, quiet life, work. Now twins routines, Sarah's growth. Morning, Sarah getting ready. Ethan meeting. Observe negotiations, team. Excited, nervous. Ready? Ethan asked. Entrance. More or less, hope I don't mess up. You'll do great, Sarah. Trust yourself. Company building, grandeur, meeting room, executives gathered. Introduced her. Promising collaborator. Proud, self-conscious. Meeting, listened, absorbed. Ethan encouraged ideas, suggestions well received. Clear perspective, executive commented. Thank you, still learning, glad I could contribute. Modest smile. Ethan watched satisfaction. Always known her capable, others recognizing it, rewarding. Meeting over, cafe, outdoor table. Sarah, relaxed, cappuccino. Amazing today, Ethan said, coffee. So nervous, she admitted, but exciting being part of it. Just the beginning. Building something solid, Sarah. She looked at him. Gratitude. None of this possible without you, Ethan. You believed in me when I didn't. All I did, show you the way. Credit, all yours. Call from housekeeper Lily, Rose missing her. Little ones miss you, Ethan smiled. Attached, can't stay away long, Sarah laughed. Home, twins ran, hugged her tight. Ethan watched, ever-deepening connection. Later, afternoon, picnic, garden. Lily, Rose, thrilled, packing basket. Sarah, blanket, lawn, watching girls, Ethan. Getting comfortable with them, Sarah said, Ethan seated beside her. Incredible kids. Impossible not to get attached. Thank you, being so good to them, Ethan. They feel safe, happy here. All I ever wanted. Ethan smiled. They're part of you, Sarah. For me, that's enough. Words touched her. Heart raced. Feelings beyond gratitude. Fear still held her back. Night fell. Lily, Rose, asleep, Sarah's arms. Ethan carried them to room, tucked in. Hallway. Sarah paused, looking at Ethan. You've changed our lives, you know. You've changed mine too, Sarah. Intensity in gaze, vulnerable, safe. No longer ignore feelings. Evening, Sarah kitchen, tea. Ethan walked in. Silent moment, watching closer. Sarah, something I need to say. Turned to face him, heart faster. What is it? Ethan hesitated, honest. Since you came here, life completely changed. You, girls, brought something missing. Care about you, Sarah, more than words. Words washed over her. Off guard, speechless. Then smiled, eyes glistening. Ethan, I care about you too, but all this, new, need time. Ethan nodded, respecting honesty. Understand. Not asking you to rush, just wanted you to know how I feel. Faint noise upstairs. Lily awake, calling. Sarah smiled, went to her. Ethan alone, kitchen. Sighed, abandoned teacup. Winning trust, time. Willing to wait. What he felt, Sarah, girls, worth every moment. Night, rain began to fall. Both fell asleep, new hope. Future revealing itself. Daily lives, ease surprised them. Twins, increasingly attached to Ethan, genuine affection. Sarah, moments of doubt. Not feelings, trust. Ready to fully trust again? Afternoon, Sarah office, reports. Phone buzzed, unknown number, photo Ethan, elegant woman, restaurant. Caption, do you really know who he is? Heart raced. Social life. Contacts, yes. But message unsettling. Doubt pushed away, rushing back. Who woman? Why message? Ethan home later, at ease. Living room, twins playing. Noticed something wrong. Okay? He asked, sitting beside her. Sarah hesitated, showed him message. Ethan frowned. Business meeting, consultant, hiring for project. Believe him? Message cast shadow. Why send this, Ethan? Feels like warning, something I don't know. Don't know, but I'll find out. Sarah, you have to trust me. Never do anything to hurt you. Voice steady, sincere. Looked in his eyes. Transparency. Nothing to hide. Want to trust you, Ethan, but caught me off guard. Life. Disappointments. Hard to ignore fear. Ethan held her hands. Reassuring squeeze. Understand, Sarah. Won't pressure you. Just here to face anything. By your side. Days followed. Ethan investigated message. Disgruntled former employee, fired months ago, showed Sarah evidence. Nothing to fear. Relief, guilt, learning to trust, yes. Ethan willing to ensure emotional security. Night, bedtime, Sarah went to Ethan's office. Documents. Looked up as she entered. Can we talk? She asked, closing door. Of course. What's on your mind? Seated across desk, deep breath. Want to apologize. Doubting you. Message shook me. But doesn't excuse lack of trust. Always honest. Need to be fair. Ethan's soft smile. No need to apologize, Sarah. Know how hard it is. Let guard down. Here to help, not to judge. Words struck chord. Tears welled. You're so different. Everything I've known, Ethan, scares me, but also makes me want to believe can be happy again. Ethan stood, walked to her, knelt beside her, gently wiped a tear. You can be happy, Sarah. Don't have to do it alone. That night, something shifted. Walls finally crumbling. Days followed. Closeness. Ethan patient, caring. Sarah slowly allowed herself to trust completely. Afternoon, park, Lily, Rose. Ethan watched Sarah playing with girls. Certainty. This life. Wanted to be with her. Twins forever. Home, Ethan asked housekeeper. Watch girls. Terrace. Same spot. Pivotal conversation. Sarah, something I want to say. Heart racing. What is it? Ethan reached pocket. Small box. Ring. Spend rest of life with you girls. Brought light, joy. Life I never thought possible. Sarah, will you marry me? Tears filled eyes, covered mouth, shock. Ethan. Yes. Yes, I will. Ethan smiled, ring on her finger. Tight embrace. Storm passed. New chapter. Twins asleep, next room, wedding plans. Simple, love. Life built on trust, respect. Night, beginning journey, happy moments, challenges, family. Wedding preparations, simple, meaningful. Intimate ceremony, new life. Lily, Rose, flower girls thrilled. Ethan involved them, details, joy, yes. But Sarah, last ghost of past. Chad, accepted no responsibility but needed to face him, final time. Ethan, need to talk to Chad again. Evening, terrace. Ethan frowned, concerned. Really necessary? Yes, not for him, for me. Close this chapter, once and for all. Ethan took her hand, understanding. If that's what you need, I'll be by your side. Next day, Ethan found Chad's address. Sarah decided to go alone. Reassured, Ethan called away. Found Chad, outside small bar. Worn down, time, choices. Sarah? Surprised. Yes, it's me. We need to talk. Chad sighed. Corner table, uneasy. Why are you here? Tired voice. Here to tell you, don't expect anything from you anymore. Choice years ago. But girls deserve to know, did everything I could. Best. Now, moving on. Chad silent, empty glass. No, I failed, Sarah. Don't know how to be father. Never did. Doesn't matter anymore. They have someone who loves them, like they're his own. Ethan, Everything you never were, never will be. Chad didn't reply. Eyes understood weight of words. Sarah stood, said everything, lightness, leaving bar. Years since last felt. Home, Ethan, yard, twins, play tent. How'd it go? He asked. Went way it needed to. Now, truly ready to move on. Ethan smiled. Hug. Proud of you. Days followed. Wedding prep, new life, Ethan, girls, home. Not just place. Love with Ethan, Lily, Rose's laughter. Wedding morning, nervous, radiant, white dress. Mirror, life changed. Twins, princess dresses, flower bouquets. Look beautiful, mommy, Harper, shining eyes. Thank you, darlings, you both stunning too. Heart full, Sarah walked aisle, Ethan waiting, eyes met, doubts vanished. Simple wedding, love, meaning, vows, reaffirmed bond. Couple, family. Ceremony ended, Lily, Rose, arms, squealing joy. Future, uncertain, now promise, happiness, togetherness. Wedding over, mansions more alive. Lily, Rose, family, yes. Sarah, place and world. Days, laughter, tender moments, new routine. First morning married, birds, garden, turned. Ethan beside her, peaceful smile. Good morning, Mrs. Bennett. Smiled, new last name. Good morning. Ready to start our new life? More than ready. First months married, gratitude, renewal. Ethan supported Sarah, work, studies. Dedicated father, Lily, Rose. Present for everything. Small school achievements, bedtime stories, afternoon, office, paperwork, lightheaded, fatigue, rest. Symptoms persisted. Ethan noticed exhaustion, doctor. Just exhaustion, Ethan, I'm fine. Might be, but check. Want to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Reluctantly, Sarah agreed. Appointment. Anxious, no major news, routine exams, doctor's news, life-changing again. Congratulations, Mrs. Bennett, you're pregnant. Silence, processing, pregnant, child with Ethan. Joy, surprise, home, Ethan, living room, Lily, Rose. Wrong. Ethan, can we talk? Seriousness in tone. Girls to play in room. Alone, Ethan closer, curious. What is it, Sarah? Deep breath. Emotions. Ethan, doctor today. Found out I'm pregnant. Ethan silent, then huge smile. You're pregnant? Nodded, tears. Yes, we're going to have a baby. Pulled her into embrace, joy overflowing. Amazing, Sarah, don't even know what to say. Weeks excitement, preparing for new addition. Lily, Rose, thrilled, baby brother sister. Clothes, nursery. Quiet evening, twins sleeping, Ethan, Sarah reflected. Been through so much, Sarah said, belly. Every challenge brought us to this. Happier than I ever thought. Grateful Ethan by her side. Hardships, building life, love, hope, pregnancy, family closer. Ethan attentive, Olivia comfortable. Lily, Rose waited eagerly, baby brother. Planning, care, joy. Journey, moments of concern. Routine checkup. Doctor advised rest, complications risk. Ethan more attentive, daily tasks, Olivia relax. Don't want you worry, taking care of yourself, baby. Firm, gentle. Spoiling me too much, Ethan? You deserve all the care, Olivia. Months flew by. Due date near. Calm evening, breeze, curtains, labor. Ethan calm, emotions evident. Hospital. Hours later, baby's cry. Delivery room, indescribable joy. Boy. Healthy, strong. Ethan held baby, overwhelmed. Olivia, tears, happiness. Welcome to family, my son. Voice thick emotion. Lily, Rose, waiting eagerly, hallway. Meeting brother, delighted. Promised always care, protect. Life at mansion complete. Unlikely family, shining example, love, unity, resilience. Challenges stronger, future brighter. Ethan cradled baby, twins played nearby. Olivia found what longed for. Home, love, people, anything for one another.